I recently had the urge to pick back up my Nintendo 3DS. I've been so interested in all of the cozy games that the Nintendo 3DS has to offer. The shop has closed and Nintendo has kind of forgotten about the 3DS. I can't get over all of the amazing games that released on Nintendo 3DS. So there's a few games that I've been playing and some that I'm also adding into my rotation of games. So I want to give a few cozy gaming Nintendo 3DS recommendations for anyone who wants them. Before we get started, my name is The Lady. I love talking about video games and I do live streams weekly. I'm just over here chilling in this corner of the internet. So if you want to hang out over here, like and subscribe. Always love to have you. So let's get started. So yes, I have been playing my Nintendo 3DS a lot more. Just love the nostalgia I feel from playing the Nintendo 3DS. First on the list, of course, I feel like this is like a given to play in the Nintendo 3DS, and that is Animal Crossing New Leaf. So I never actually got to play any of the Animal Crossing games before Animal Crossing New Horizons. So New Horizons was actually my first Animal Crossing game. I've always heard such good things about Animal Crossing New Leaf, and so I wanted to check that out and just see how it compares to New Horizons. I really love the vibes of Animal Crossing New Leaf. Like it's like still pretty similar to New Horizons, being able to be like the town mayor and how you interact with the villagers. It is kind of like a little bit of a different vibe to it. I feel like they have a little bit more personality in New Leaf, and I just really enjoy talking to the villagers. And also I just love how Isabelle, where she's like more talkative and more forthcoming about like her personality and her family and things like that. I will say one thing that I wish was in this Animal Crossing New Leaf was customizations, because why can't I customize my character like New Horizons? You can't for some reason change your skin tone in New Leaf, and that is like such a downside for me. It's so unfortunate. I wish that they had the extra customization, but I have been having fun like just jumping in every little bit throughout the week. The next game on my list is Story of Seasons Trio of Towns. I really want to play a farming sim because I've just been in my farming sim time right now. Like I've been kind of obsessed with farming sims. I'm bouncing around to different ones, and I was like, I wonder what the 3DS has to offer for farming sims. I absolutely adore Trio of Towns. Story of Seasons Trio of Town, you play as a new farmer who decides to move out on their own and run their own farm. You get to have a farm in 3 different towns, and there's like different crops that you can grow in all these different towns. A very creative gameplay loop for a farming sim. So there's just so much variety of like different people you get to talk to. I love that it has like this like extra mechanic, which is like you get part-time jobs in it. So you can like go to this person and do part-time jobs like when you're waiting for your crops to grow, and that gives you a little bit of extra income in the early game. Honestly, wondering why it hasn't been ported over to Nintendo Switch. It's definitely worth a try if you want to get into a farming sim on Nintendo 3DS. Next on my list, this has such a running fan base and everyone's still wondering why isn't this game on Nintendo Switch? That game is Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life is the most crazy, weirdest game on the Nintendo 3DS, honestly. It's like Nintendo was like, how do we make a kid-friendly version of The Sims? And they came up with this mosh posh life sim game. So Tomodachi Life, you get to create your own me or bring one of your me's into the game. I know, like, you know, during this time it was like the Wii era, and a lot of people love creating their own me's, creating me's of their family. So you get to create your own me to be in this world, this city. You could also create and add more me's and just watch them all interact together. I just think it is like one of the most bizarre Nintendo games, but it's just so awesome. I can understand why it's like one of those games that everyone always questioning, like why hasn't Nintendo decided to bring this over into the Nintendo Switch. Next on my list, and this is one of my favorites on the Nintendo 3DS, and that is Fantasy Life. Fantasy Life is like a life sim RPG, and there's also going to be a sequel of Fantasy Life on Nintendo Switch releasing later this year, which super excited for that. But Fantasy Life, you get to create your own character and you are in this kingdom, and Fantasy Life is so unique because you get to pick the occupation that you want to be, but you can also switch between them. So there's 12 different types of occupations you can pick from. So can be an angler, you can be a tailor, all these different occupations, which I think is just so creative. Even when you're picking one occupation, you can always change your life and get different sets of skills and interact with the game in different ways based on like the skill sets that you're playing with. It's like such a creative game, and something that I've never seen before was like any RPG, just with the versatility of it and just like with different ways you can adapt your gameplay based on like how you feel like you want to interact with the story. I just love that, and I think the overarching story and the dialogue is just hilarious. It's such a gem on the Nintendo 3DS, and I highly recommend. I feel like this game was like one of the games that's like my top cozy Nintendo DS in general game. So Professor Layton is probably one of my first cozy games. Like, I remember playing the first Professor Layton game and having so much fun trying to like unpack the mystery and interacting with like all the different like citizens and things in Professor Layton. Professor Layton has had like so many games that has expanded to be like such a large series across the Nintendo DS like family of systems. The last game on my list for cozy Nintendo 3DS games is Style Savvy. Style Savvy series is so beloved, and like with good reason. One of the like last like really like early games during that time in like the mid 2000s. For me specifically, I love Style Savvy Trendsetters. The story and just like how you interact with the characters and like the dress up elements melded into running your own boutique is all like such fun elements in it, and it's just all around fun and brings me so much joy to play it, especially when you're like dressing the customer and they express how much joy they get from finding the right outfit for them. And it's like such a good interactive base. Don't just like dress them with whatever you feel like. It has to be something that is in their taste, and I just really love Style Savvy and how much joy it gives me for running a boutique. But yes, those are a few of my favorite cozy Nintendo 3DS games that I've been revisiting. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite Nintendo 3DS game to get cozy with. I hope you guys are doing well as always. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day, and see you in the next one. Bye.